Alrighty, welcome into BP Insights. So I think it is an interesting question. Just like, are some men born to fail? Like, do some men just come into this world and they're just not able to think about how to become a winner? Like, I think, like, was Tom Brady destined to be a great quarterback? It's interesting. There was one time Dan Patrick was talking about this. He was saying, like, Tom Brady, he had the take that Peyton Manning was destined to be a great quarterback and Tom Brady willed himself to be a great quarterback. I would argue that Tom Brady was destined to be a great quarterback because I think he had the inner belief, the discipline, the work ethic to get to where he wanted to be. So I would argue that Tom Brady was destined to be a great quarterback. I just worry about, like, there's a lot of guys who, like, that are completely failing, and it's crazy that they don't even realize that they're failing. I think there's a lot of men that are non-competitive, and they don't realize how non-competitive they are. Like, today's a Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, right? The weekend. Most people try to relax. Most people try to do something fun. I had the take that, you should stop playing golf. That doesn't mean, does a round of golf once in a while, is that fine? It's like, if you're a guy that's trying to get shit done and really level up, is that a problem? Probably not. But the problem lies where you play golf every weekend, you piss away an entire Saturday, binge drinking with the boys, getting drunk, and then it leads into the next day you're tired, and even the next day you're a little bit tired, so you're not productive. So that's the thing. Golf, like, is there necessarily inherently anything wrong with golfing or watching football? Probably not, but the problem lies in it's something that can hold you back. Like, it's not moving you forward. Like I hammer home, you should be relentlessly pursuing money and relentlessly getting stronger. I hammer that home. Like, are you relentlessly getting stronger, or are you relentlessly pursuing money when you go play golf? Like, no, you are not. You're not doing anything to move you forward. Like, I think too much conversation between men is just it's non-productive. You talk about men being non-competitive. A lot of conversations between men are non-productive, meaning they're not talking about business. They're not talking about how to get stronger. They're not talking about network. They're not talking about how to network with this guy who could help them get richer. If you notice the best it's like I had a take on TikTok. If you notice the best conversations between men are conversations where you talk about making money, running your business, lifting, working out, networking with this guy, talking to this high-level guy, talking about that nice long conversation you had with a guy about business. Those are the best conversations with a man. You talk about increasing your testosterone, increasing your dopamine. Those are the best conversations to have. And a lot of men just don't have those conversations. That's the thing. I think a lot of why I was ripping on playing golf and why I rip on watching football too much is because it's a lot of people are in the perpetual cycle. They're in a job they hate. So they come home, they eat some shitty food because they want the dopamine hit. A lot of men have low testosterone, so they're looking forward to the weekend. They're looking forward to playing golf or just watching football, something to distract them from how much they hate their job, how much their kids don't respect them. So people are always, that's the thing about playing golf, watching football, even occasionally drinking alcohol, even though I do not drink alcohol and smoke marijuana, even though occasionally doing these things is not bad. I think a lot of people just use them as a distraction to try to feel a little bit better because of their day-to-day life, their job, their relations with their family is not ideal. So they want to use these things to get some hits of dopamine to kind of distract them and relieve some of the stress, anger, depression from their day-to-day life. But yeah. And then marijuana should never be put in the body. That's one thing. That really pisses me off when you hear people talk about the health benefits of marijuana. There is no health benefits to smoking marijuana. I'm sorry. There's no health benefits to smoking marijuana. Marijuana should never be put in the body. It hinders you. Look at how many high-level guys, whether it's Donald Trump, it's Tucker Carlson, Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan does it occasionally, but not a lot. If you look at a lot of guys that are really, like David Guy, if you look at a lot of guys that are really achieving great things or really focused or really getting better, they are not smoking marijuana daily. They're not drinking alcohol. Like, look at the fresh and fit guys. They made the best point. Like, Mike Tyson, when he was at his prime, annihilating, dominating people, he was not drinking alcohol. He was not doing drugs. He was laser focused. You talk about, that's the thing why I cut out alcohol. You talk about the way to get in good shape. Getting in good shape, to get really shredded, you got to cut out alcohol. It's hard to have a shredded, really lean, chiseled physique where a lean chiseled physique is ideal because that's when you have the highest testosterone, when you have less body fat. To have that physique, you have to cut out alcohol. That's the thing. Yeah, alcohol. You look at all the stupid decisions people make when they're drunk. Like, think about all the probably the dumbest shit you've done. A lot of people break the law on a day-to-day basis, but a lot of the illegal things, like things you could do to get you arrested, you most likely do when you're drunk. So I would just never drink alcohol. I would never smoke weed. Sure, some people are going to do it in moderation, but I think that's the problem a lot of people have is people don't do things in moderation. Like, people don't smoke. People that smoke marijuana, they do it daily. People that drink alcohol, they do it sometimes daily. Or if they do it on the weekends, it's a fifth of Fireball. It's a fifth of tequila. It's a 24 pack of Bud Light. So people just don't. That's the thing, that people don't have the moderation. That's the thing with me. Like, I'm strict on a carnivore diet. I never do cheat days. Never will do a cheat day. Steak, a ground hamburger, steak, water, salt. That's it. I don't have cheat days. But I tell people to have that if they try my diet, they should have cheat days. But then I almost kind of want to retract from that statement because a lot of times when you give people an inch, they take a mile. So you tell people you have a cheat day, but they don't just have a cheat day. It turns into two cheat days, and then 3 cheat days, and then soon you're off the diet. That's the other thing about diets. Here's my issue. Here's the problem with the term diet. I think a lot of people think of diet as starving themselves. The point of a diet is to look at food as fuel and then figure out a diet where you can eat foods that you still like, you can feel full, and you can still lose weight, and you can still eat at a calorie deficit. I think people associate diet with starving themselves. A diet is not starving themselves. I think that's why carnivore diet, you talk about why carnivore diet is so effective at weight loss, is because you can eat till you're full, lose weight, stay at a calorie deficit, stay full longer, and then not have that crash where you come down and then feel immediately hungry. That's the problem with some of the like fast food and sugar. When you come down from that, you feel immediately hungry. That's why carnivore diet is so effective. You just feel full, you're getting enough fat, high protein, you feel full, you feel satisfied, you feel satiated. So yeah, that's why carnivore diet is so effective. But yeah, I really wish people would, I had the take, I do a channel where I talk about football. So I sound like a hypocrite. I know I have a channel I talk football, I watch football. I'm a Lions fan, I'm a Michigan football fan. But people take things too literally, and they don't really sit, like when something's said that they don't agree with, they don't think about the other side of the argument. Like I say, men should be not watching football. And a lot of that was, I was kind of trying to garner intrigue. It gets people to really pay attention. But here's the problem. People will hear a take like that and they'll say, oh, this guy's an idiot. A lot of men love football. Don't watch football. What does this guy know? Football's a gladiator sport. This guy's not a real man. They'll say shit like that. But what they don't realize, when you say something like that, you don't really stop and think for a second about the benefits of not watching football. So think about that for a minute. Like, think about your life. Like, if you're trying to get to where you want to go, like I made this take. For a lot of people know what's holding them back inside. So if you're a guy that's trying to really level up and become the best version of himself, but say he watches football all day on Sunday, or he consumes highlights for hours when he comes home from work, like, think about if he had that time back, think about how much better of a man, how much more he could improve from that. So think about that. That's the thing with watching, why I made that take. Men should stop watching football, because think about how much time it would save. Think about that time he could have spent with his family, time time running his business, that time just improving in all facets of his life. So people need, a lot of times when you hear an extreme take, you need to look at both sides of the argument. People don't look at both sides of the argument. People think they hear something and they just want to pick one side and only stay on that side. That's a problem with politics. People, if you're on the left and you hear and a lot of times you'll only agree with the policies set on the left, and you will not try to have an open mind to listen to any of the policies on the right. That's a problem with politics. It's a problem with a lot of things. So people a lot of times just need to listen to both sides of the argument. But yeah, I really wish people would hit the gym. I think there's no excuse as a man why you shouldn't lift. I think hitting the gym has really taught me a lot of lessons. It's made the rest of my life easier. I think people kind of like the way people look at diet and associate then associate it with starving themselves. I think a lot of people associate the gym with something I don't want to do, something I have to do, something I should do to punish myself from eating that extra piece of cake. You should look at the gym especially as a man, you should relish the opportunity each day that you can get stronger. Like, I think that's what's I'm glad I had that flip with me with the gym. The gym used to be something I was more so on the side of dreading, but then some days, and then one day I just kind of had that flip where I'm just like, that is pretty cool. As a man, you can just lift as much as you want. Like, especially if you're a healthy man, you can lift as much as you want. I think that's awesome. Like, you should embrace that. Like, you can make as much money. You can work as hard as you want. Like, for me, I just work all the time. I only work. Life is work. When I'm awake, I'm working. So I think that's cool as a man, and you should embrace that shit. But yeah. I think, the gym just makes life so much easier. And it is cool. I think there is more guys that are really starting to get disciplined to go to the gym. I see a lot of frequent gym goers, like whatever gym I go to. I see there's guys frequently going there. I see guys there frequently going. I see a lot of guys go around the same time. Some guys like to work out at night. Some guys in the morning. But yeah, it's cool to see guys, staying disciplined with it. And just having a gym membership is cool, because sometimes it's overpriced, but I mean, just having that ability, especially if you got a 24-hour gym, say you're just kind of bored and maybe you're feeling a little down, you just go in and, get what you need to get done. If you need to run to clear your mind, or you want to lift some heavy weights, I think that's cool. But yeah, I think a lot of men should always be, I think every day you should be trying to improve. I kind of like how a lot of men talk about, each day is a new day. It's like David Goggins talks about, no one cares what you did yesterday. Like no one cares. It's all like each day is a new opportunity. I think a lot of men that are really honed in on leveling up or are fully leveled up, they really relish the opportunity that each day is a chance to attack. Each day is a new day. You're back at zero. Tomorrow, say you make $1,000 today. Tomorrow, you're starting. You haven't made any money. Say you hit the gym for 2 hours today. Tomorrow, you haven't hit the gym at all. It's pending. You haven't done it yet. So each day you're starting. You've made $0. Obviously, you could have something where you could have something going on, like a business transaction come through. But essentially, you haven't done. I guess the point I'm trying to make is each day you haven't done something, or you haven't gone to the gym, or you haven't gone to the gym yet, or when you wake up in the morning, you haven't gone to the gym yet, and when you wake up, you haven't done anything to earn making money. So essentially, you're starting at, whether it's the gym, whether it's making money, you're starting at zero each day. Yeah, we'll go about another 15 minutes here. I just wanted to do a 30-minute episode. But yeah, I really worry about obese people, fat people. Like, I think about just how, I was kind of talking about this the other day. I think about how much better their life could be if they weren't obese, if they weren't fat. Like, think about days of old where you could only eat meat. Like, I kind of think that'd be a cool experiment. What if people could only eat meat? Like, what if people had only access to healthy food? What if everyone was in shape? What if everyone had a clear mind? I think that's the thing why, people, like, there was a guy that commented on ice saying you shouldn't smoke weed. He said something like, "You're no fun." I'm thinking, and then people are just like, people defend it. They're like, "It helps with my depression." I'm like, you want the cure, the ultimate cure for depression is just leveling up as a man, becoming the best version of yourself, getting on a clean diet where your mind's so clear. You want to talk about a better feeling than being high or or drunk or a good buzz from drinking. You want to know the best feeling is a clear fucking mind where you can think clearly, you can articulate your thoughts, you're not anxious. That's the feeling you get when you go on a carnivore ketogenic diet. Your mind is just clear, so clear. Your anxiety's almost gone. All the benefits, can get off of insulin, you can get off of insulin if you have diabetes. So just all the benefits that go along with a clean diet are just, they're just incredible. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap at that. Thanks for tuning in to BP Insights. Stay tuned for more episodes and clips from the show. Till next time, peace.